Hello, my name is Chameleonish, and today I will be doing 4 spoiler-free mini reviews for random books I read recently. Elantris by Sanderson. Elantris was the city of gods until 10 years ago when the gods became almost zombie-like creatures. Prince Rauden, the heir of Arlon, gets taken by the Shroud one morning, which transforms him into an Elantrian, and gets thrown into Elantris, where he tries to keep the people from despair. Princess Serene of Tiad is betrothed to Rauden, but when she arrives in Arlon, is told he is dead, and she does a lot of scheming to try and, save Arlon from, the king, who is not a great ruler. Hrathen is Yorn, like a priest, who is trying to convert the people of Arlon peacefully before it comes to violence. Elantris review. The plot was great, albeit a little slow in the beginning, but picks up and is really good. Characters. Rauden was by far the best. The others were alright as well, but not as good. World. The strongest aspect. Not everything was explained fully, but still incredible. Prose. Not great. Overall, pretty good book. Definitely worth a read if you're into the Cosmere, but probably not the best starting point into the Cosmere. Still a solid book. 3.9 out of 5 stars. Chronicles of the Black Company by Glen Cook. So this is like 3 books, the first 3 books in the Chronicles of the Black Company. I think that's the series name, which is by Glen Cook. Okay, so the Black Company is a large mercenary group who is enlisted to serve an evil sorceress called the Lady. However, there is a prophecy of the White Rose, someone who will rise up and overthrow the Lady. Chronicles of the Black Company review. Plot. Book 1 was pretty slow and confusing, especially in the beginning. Book 2 is still confusing but better, and also really good. Very dark, but very good. And book 3 was still kind of confusing at times. However, despite having its slow and confusing parts, the plot was very good. Characters. While we didn't get to know too many of them well, if really any, the characters are fun and dark and great despite being not entirely fleshed out. World. A lot of the details have not been told through the story, but it seems cohesive. Very cool world. Prose. Not entirely my cup of tea, but still pretty good. Overall, as a whole, the story works brilliantly. Just give it some time. 4.4 out of 5 stars. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Darrow is a member of the Reds, a miner in the lowliest of the caste system on Mars. His entire life he has been told that his efforts are essential in bringing people to Mars. But then, after many events, he makes it to the surface and is brought into a resistance against the Golds, the ruling class. And by the way, the surface is like this luxurious place, and all the Reds have been told, oh, you need to terraform Mars, or you need to help us terraform Mars so that people can come onto the surface. But they've just been toiling away just to serve the Golds. Anyway, he will stop at nothing to make his enemies pay, even if he has to become one of them. Red Rising review. Plot. This plot was just gory, yeah, so good. It was engaging and felt really well paced. Just, wow. Characters. These were good, but I feel as if I didn't learn much about many of them. Our main character was wonderful, if a little overpowered in a sense. World. This world was very interesting, very well thought out, and very well executed. Prose. The prose was quite good, not exactly my type, but close. Overall, outstanding. Read this. 4.7 out of 5. Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Sanderson. Painter paints nightmares to protect the city he lives in. Yumi stacks stones to bring down spirits to help her people. They both feel isolated and lonely and are thrust into each other's worlds by something, be it some odd fluke or, perhaps, a spirit looking for something to save it. Yumi and the Nightmare Painter review. Plot. The plot was slower at first, but really picked up toward the end. It was intertwined nicely with the characters in the world. Characters. The 2 main characters, Yumi and Painter, were wonderful, and the rest of the characters were good, but not as well developed. World. Probably one of the coolest worlds that Sanderson has made as of yet, and that's saying something. Prose. Pretty good for the most part. Overall, wonderful. A little less epic at first, but give it its time. 4.8 out of 5. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.